Becca Jacobson's incredible journey from the streets to the classroom proves that resilience and faith can rewrite even the most daunting of pasts. She has overcome addiction and adversity to become a respected professor, best-selling author, and transformational coach. Today, she's here with us with a big message of never giving up. Thanks so much for joining us, Becca.
Thank you for having me, Claudia. Thrilled to be here.
Let's jump into your message here. First question is, how can our reactions redefine the impact of our experiences?
Everything that happens to us depends on how we react. So we can either look at something as a disaster or something that can take us down, or we can reframe it, redefine it, and decide to take it on as a challenge and use it as a form of growth. If I'd have known this 30 years earlier, it could have been a whole different story. But when I learned to stop wallowing in self-pity, I guess wallowing's a bit harsh, but when I learned this and started practicing, it does take practice, I was able to completely redefine my past.
What does it mean to accept everything you can't change, including yourself and your past?
It just means that if we can't change it, we might as well accept it and use it to our advantage. So, trying to change things that are unchangeable is just pushing against a brick wall. So the women that I speak with, there's a lot of shame from the past often, and no one has a story. Very few women have stories like mine, but we all have things that we regret, especially women who have difficulty with alcohol. There's more shame for us, and not that men don't have shame. But if we push against things that we can't change, all we're going to do is exhaust ourselves, wear ourselves out, and not get anywhere.
What does it mean to live in day-tight compartments? And how does it enhance our lives?
I love this. If I hadn't been able to do this, I'm not sure how I would have ever gotten over my addiction, my addiction to alcohol, drugs. I had to live actually not day-tight compartments, but in hour-tight compartments at times. What it really means is as soon as we allow the mind to look ahead to, some event that's coming up, it's my birthday's coming up, how will I not drink? Or this is coming up, or that's happening. How will I get through this without drinking, or that without drinking? Or how will I even unwind at the end of the day without drinking? We're just projecting into the future. That moment isn't here. So I train women just to keep the mind right here in the right here and now, so that, usually everything in the moment is fine, right? The only time we worry is when we think about the future. So with practice, we can stay in the present and realize we really are okay.
Tell us about your book and where our viewers can get their hands on it, and what message you hope they take away from it.
The book is Prostitute to Professor. It's a memoir. It's certainly not my whole life. I put together 13 key stories from my journey through 13 years of prostitution, from 18 to 31, and then when I decided to go to college, 11 trips to detox, the psych ward, all that whole journey. And the message between the stories, I do what I call takeaways, and talk about what it meant to go through that, and especially the transition from prostitution to a college student, to a grad student, to a professor, and how I went through all that. Most importantly, how it was not a clean, clear, smooth trip. It's messy. I had many falls. In college, I fell down again, ended up in the hospital over the summer, so the book is about perseverance, and no matter what, we can learn self-love, and we can learn to never give up. The book is available on Amazon, and yeah.
All right, Becca, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thanks for having me.